It's fair to say that the Fat Neek really did have his fair share of disputes with other YouTubers, and today we're just going to revisit and explain every single KSI beef from 2014 all the way to 2022. So sit back and relax as this is going to be a ride. 2014. KSI's first notable beef was with GudjonDaniel, a FIFA YouTuber and his former best friend who betrayed him for money and fame. Knowledge met Gudjon at an EA event and instantly hit it off and became good friends. At the time, KSI was an established gamer in the gaming entertainment community, and Gudjon noticed that. Since Gudjon was also an upcoming YouTuber, he knew it was a great opportunity to collaborate with KSI to get his name on the radar. So Gudjon begged KSI to be in his YouTube videos to help grow his channel, as he was working at a factory and he said it was just horrible for him. So essentially, Gudjon wanted to quit his job to become a full-time YouTuber. KSI agreed and literally flew from England to Iceland, where Gudjon was living, just to help Gudjon make videos to grow his channel. Very nice from you, KSI. KSI even gave money to him since he knew that Gudjon needed it more than KSI. After helping Gudjon with his channel, KSI flew back to England as he thought that he'd done his job and he helped Gudjon enough. And so after this, Gudjon's channel was blowing up and was gaining hella views, millions of views. Gudjon was killing it in the YouTube game and his name was getting up the radar as he wished. So as Gudjon was uploading the KSI collaborations, the videos with KSI ran out. So Daniel tried to make his own videos without KSI's help, but they weren't even performing even as close to how it was with KSI involved. So Gudjon realized that he needed KSI to stay relevant. So what did Gudjon decide to do? Book a flight to London without KSI knowing. It wasn't during Christmas time when Gudjon wanted to fly to London. He just wanted to fly to London so that he can collaborate with KSI. So obviously KSI was in shock. Why didn't you just want to hang out, chill? Daniel agreed, but he also wanted to make videos of him. Daniel was planning to stay with KSI to film videos together, but he couldn't stay in KSI's house because KSI's house was too small. So Daniel needed a hotel, but Daniel didn't have the money to book the hotel, so KSI had to book and pay for the hotel close to where he lived. But Daniel, again, didn't want to live next to KSI. He wanted to stay in Hackney. Hackney, the most dangerous and ghetto parts of London. KSI obviously tried to change his mind because he ain't trying to go to no hot end like Hackney, but Daniel still refused. So he ended up staying in Hackney. They ended up filming many videos together that it came stressful for KSI. So after many videos later, Daniel had to leave London to go back to Iceland. Daniel also took half of the footage he recorded with KSI and uploaded all the videos to his channel. But as he was uploading the videos were running out, and KSI had the other half of the footage that he filmed with GudjonDaniel. So GudjonDaniel rang KSI to give the other half of the footage to him so that he can upload to his channel to stay relevant. But KSI was like, nah, he's not having it. I'm only gonna give you half the footage if you pay me back the hotel that I booked and paid for you while you was in London. But Daniel never paid him back. A few months passed. Gudjon had an interview with Kick TV and was asked about KSI, and Gudjon responded with this.
Okay, fine.
You play KSI.
Who the is that? Okay.
How are you gonna say that about the guy who literally carried your channel and carried your career? This obviously made KSI furious and he felt betrayed. After this, Gudjon was getting a lot of backlash and was losing hella subscribers. So all this pressure getting onto him, he issued an apology to KSI and he left the internet. KSI forgave him. Years later, and times have changed. GudjonDaniel met KSI randomly at a parking lot and they squashed the beef they had years ago. Gudjon has moved on and KSI has moved on. KSI became their YouTube goats throughout the years. Gudjon has moved on to becoming a retired YouTuber and a police officer and a dad to his lovely daughter. However, in July 2016, KSI beefed this YouTuber called Rucka Ali. KSI made a video called I'm Done, in which he expresses his distress for his fans disliking one of his videos. Near the end of the video, a fan sent him a video that will apparently cheer him up. But little did KSI know that that video would not cheer him up and make him even worse. The video was What Does a Black Say? A racist stereotypical video aimed at black people by yours truly, Rucka Ali. KSI reacted to that video and let's just say he didn't like that video and found it quite offensive.
Are you taking the piss?
But he took it in the chin and moved on. Rucka saw this in response to KSI reacting to his racist song, and he says that it's just content, so you just gotta calm down, KSI. And KSI, you lack content and you're a lazy reaction channel that reacts to other people's videos, says Rucka. KSI loves and debunks these stupid claims and shows Rucka all the content he's made to prove that he's not just a lazy reaction channel. Rucka also tells KSI to shut the fuck up, in which prompted KSI to make a diss track on Rucka. Soon after, Rucka shoots a response diss track back at KSI for being the guest guy. The diss track was absolute shit, but it was funny itself, and the beef overall was to entertain. Do you get what I mean? Just very light-hearted and not to be taken too seriously. But KSI definitely took this guy very seriously, and this was real beef. So Joe Weller was set to fight Theo Baker in a boxing match. Joe Weller announced this fight on Instagram, in which KSI would leave a comment saying, "Let me fight the winner." Joe Weller beats Theo Baker, so KSI is set to fight Joe Weller on February 4th, 2018. Fun fact, KSI wanted to fight Harry instead, but we'll get to Harry later in the video. There's this YouTuber event called Upload, in which a YouTuber have live panels and seminars to chat to their fans. So Joe Weller was invited to this Upload with his former best friend Elliot Crawford to have a live chat with their fans. And out of nowhere, KSI interrupts Joe Weller's panel, shouting at Joe,
"They're gonna get knocked out, Joe! They're gonna get knocked out, mate!"
Stand over there.
Another time, KSI had his Upload event panel with Fangs and Vicstar, in which Joe Weller did the same thing KSI did and came out of nowhere to start some drama, in which escalated into a push fight. KSI even dropped a diss track on Joe Weller while he was in the Cyber beef. Diss track summary: "Bro, I smashed your girl. Your music makes me want to pop a Prozac." Shit got real. Joe Weller will fight KSI in a boxing match. So later in September 10th, 2017, Joe Weller and KSI had their press conference. This was one of the most brutal press conferences I've ever seen. They looked like they hated each other and they really wanted to kill each other. Fast forward to the fight and you know what happens.
And here we go. This surely is the end of the fight.
KSI ended up smoking Joe Weller, and he made Joe Weller look like a victim to abuse. Shortly after the fight, there was mutual respect with one another. You think after this they squashed the beef and move on? 1 year later, Joe Weller uploads a video of him friendly fighting Jeremy Lynch from the F2 freestylers. Then KSI randomly, out of nowhere, makes a video clowning on Joe Weller's video fighting Jeremy Lynch. I can't lie, this was unnecessary by KSI. This kind of shows that KSI still kind of hates Joe Weller even after the boxing match, and it seems that the mutual respect after that boxing fight was fake. So both parties exchanged more shots after that KSI video, and then Joe Weller challenged KSI again to a duel away from boxing. KSI ignores him. Fast forward to November 2018, and KSI goes on the What's Good podcast to now randomly say he likes and respects Joe Weller. Joe Weller sees this and invites KSI to the Waffling podcast to talk everything out, and now Joe Weller encourages KSI to squash the beef and move on. KSI agrees, and now finally the beef is all over. This year they still disputed. In the recent KSI versus Swarmz Luis Pineda press conference, KSI and Swarmz were going at each other. Then out of nowhere, Joe Weller interrupts the face-off with KSI Strong and tried to attack KSI. Luckily, security owned that motherfucker. Later, Joe Weller called KSI out to a street fight in a car park, and KSI basically responds to Joe Weller saying Joe Weller is a fatherless child and this is fatherless behavior, and KSI said he can't even get all over the laws. Lastly, he doesn't want to be near Joe Weller, let alone fight Joe Weller in a car park. Soon after, Joe Weller posted his fitness transformation and calls to his Israel, in which KSI left a comment claiming Joe Weller is using steroids to get there. Joe Weller took this as a compliment. It seems that these motherfuckers will never squash their beef, and it really runs deep. In 2017 to 2022, Joe Weller and KSI are still beefing. It's crazy, mate. But how about this guy right here, Ethan? Back in February 2017, KSI took a break from YouTube to learn and transform. 3 months later, he returned back to YouTube. This return also gave birth to that infamous big forehead cover known as the bandana. Later, he announced that he was going to leave the Sidemen to go to America to join Clout Gang because of Ethan, apparently, and clowns Ethan for being obese at the time and threatened to smash his girlfriend, Emily. Well, ex-girlfriend. Ethan was not having none of it, so he dropped a diss track on KSI. The diss track summary: your music is shit and you're washed. Soon after, KSI collabed with a guy he was also having beef with Ethan, Ricegum. KSI dropped the diss track known as Earthquake. Diss track summary. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck looked like you and Ethan is fact? Ethan reacted to the diss track and you guessed it, diss track is coming your way. Behzinga finished. Diss track summary. You showered with your little brother and thank you for the views. Following after, KSI returns back to England and confronts Ethan after everything and this happened.
Destroyed you.
No, you would know, bro.
Yeah,
no.
you're sh**, mate. Mate. Earthquake shit. Every time you move, bro.
6 foot earthquake, yeah?
Yeah. Oh,
So Ethan, I beg you clarify that you squashed the beef.
We squashed the beef the other day.
However, this little boy had to get involved. Remember the I am leaving the Sidemen video in which KSI disses the Sidemen and disses Ethan for being fat? Well, Harold was not so happy about that and immediately dropped a diss track on KSI. And I can't lie to you, mate, this might be one of the most brutal YouTuber diss tracks of all time, if not the most brutal YouTuber diss track. My man did not hold back. He also dropped another joke diss track clowning on when KSI said how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if the woodchuck looked like wood, whatever verse. And KSI sold this and threatened to finish Harry. Soon after, this masterpiece of a song got dropped. KSI Little Boy. I can't lie, this song is the only diss track I listen to on my playlist on Spotify. And that's saying a lot, knowing that I don't really listen to YouTuber songs. Like, this song was so good. This is arguably KSI's best song of all time. Anyways, this track summary. Harry's sister is a scare. Harry's mom get by she and Harry's dad looks like a pedo. Harry got his mum to react to the KSI Little Boy diss track and bro was basically jamming to the diss track like the diss track was not aimed at him. What a joker. Either way, Harry said KSI made a big mistake making that diss track, as he would drop a diss track that would be so brutal than his first one that it will make JJ go hush mode. Well, sorry I spotted. The diss track was so brutal that even Harry had to delete the diss track because he felt bad. It was so brutal that KSI didn't even release the reaction video to the track because he was so pissed and it made him angry. It just hit him deep, bro. Do you get what I mean? 4 days later, JJ released Two Birds One Stone, where he disses Joe Weller in the first half and Harry in the second half. Diss track summary on Harry. Ezekiel robbed your money and you have been taking Ket. Harry left it like that and KSI confirmed that the Sidemen beef was fake. This person was not happy with the Sidemen beef and KSI's transformation. Remember KSI's break to learn and transform and him complaining about YouTube, sick of YouTube break? Well, NetNobody, also known as Sky Does Minecraft, congratulated KSI in the DMs for trying to put in the effort to formulate himself for the better. But when KSI came back, NetNobody didn't expect him to make whole stupid Sidemen diss track publicity stunts. So NetNobody was convinced that KSI learned and transformed to be a greedy, scummy prick. So NetNobody called him out on that on Twitter, and KSI responded to NetNobody insulting him, which caused some Twitter beef. Soon later, NetNobody escalated the beef and released a diss track aimed at KSI. Diss track summary. I got more views on my Minecraft shit and new music is shit. Basically copying Vicstar when he dissed Deji. KSI reacted to this and he was not impressed. Meanwhile, all this time KSI was planning to fly NetNobody's ex-wife and baby mama from America to England just to respond to NetNobody's diss track on him. If that ain't brutal, then I don't know what is. NetNobody was like, say nothing. And on the September of 8th, 2017, this brutal diss track was born. Adam's apple. KSI gave zero fucks. He is literally slandering him in a diss track with his baby mama in the music video. NetNobody's baby mom in KSI diss track on NetNobody. Wow. Serious allegations made against his name, like domestic and this marks it. Whatever NetNobody responds with, KSI still wins this match with that diss track alone. But little did KSI know that everything KSI did to slander NetNobody's name was all part of Nobody's plan all along. Let me explain. NetNobody later released a diss track called Bend the Knee. The song was shit and we don't care about the track. We're interested at the end of the diss track. NetNobody revealed that he was fighting a losing battle for custody of his son. So he used the whole KSI beef involving his baby mother as an opportunity to get custody of his son. KSI reacted and said he really doesn't give a shit because this has nothing to do with him. KSI goes home with more money and more clout and NetNobody goes home with custody of his son. So it's a win-win for KSI and NetNobody. But I can't lie, what NetNobody did was actually quite genius level IQ play. So the real loser is NetNobody's baby mom. Whoa. L move for KSI for beefing his own brother though. Same with L Deji for beefing KSI. So around late 2018, Randolph said this in a Sidemen video.
Name a dead YouTube channel.
Deji.
This was clearly a joke, but Deji found this as a diss. So he said this.
The reason I find it funny is because you are the sidemen as well as JJ's bit. You're JJ's cameraman, he pays your salary. I mean, you spend more time with JJ than you do your own wife.
Randolph responds by telling Deji to chill out. It was just a joke, but mentioning his wife was a big mistake. So a diss track is coming his way. Man child, diss track summary. I'm paying for your taxis, you lost your boxing match, and you can't get girls, while your brother is just smashing all the bitches. KSI reacted to Randolph's diss track and remained neutral and just confirming the facts in Randolph's diss track. KSI understood that it's his best friend versus his brother who were beefing. But Deji takes KSI's reaction as a diss and insinuates that KSI was being biased. Deji said that he will also make a diss track in response to Randolph. There came Rand. Diss track summary. Randolph is KSI bit, Randolph is fat, and JJ paid for your wedding. The key moment with JJ paid for your wedding is that Deji revealed KSI's private bank statement to prove that KSI paid for his wedding. KSI was reacting to Deji's diss track, gassing him up, saying, "Oh, Deji, you're fire," until he saw his private bank statements getting leaked. This got him bare pissed at Deji and his parents for leaking his private bank statements in the public. Randolph soon after made another diss track on Deji called Victory Speech, in which he reveals sparring footage of Deji getting knocked out. Randolph also claims that Deji got a girl pregnant, and Deji also talks to underage girls. Kinda serious allegations, I can't lie. Deji reacts to this pissed and gets KSI involved, saying KSI instead got a girl pregnant. After this, KSI just literally had enough and blocked Deji on all of social media. Deji in response completely goes off on KSI, saying he's an idiot, incredibly egotistical, and always chooses his friends over family, and claims that JJ tried to ruin his career because Randolph was saying he talks under his girls and he got a girl pregnant. But the thing is, he's blaming KSI for all of this, even though it's Randolph, which makes no sense.
You are a complete scumbag. You idiot. But you're still stupid in your fucking head. Idiot. You're honestly an idiot, you imbecile. And I can't stand you.
KSI responds, rightfully debunking every single claim Deji stated he blocked Deji is because he's leaking private info and attacking him for no reason. He's also trying to keep this drama out of the public eye since Deji's family. Now you wouldn't think shit wouldn't get worse, but it just did. Deji then went to America to drop a diss track slandering his brother KSI with Crypt Jallo. And not only that, he went to Logan Paul's podcast. Logan Paul, KSI's sworn enemy at the time. By the way, the diss track summary of that unforgivable diss track: KSI babies, his music is shit, and he's an Uncle Tom. In the Logan Paul podcast, he's basically talking hella shit about KSI the whole time. A complete backstab by Deji. After all of this, Christmas was fast approaching. In an attempt to resolve the drama privately, KSI drives all the way to Deji's house, and he basically kicks out over a stupid fight. Even KSI's parents were being biased for Deji for some reason. Absolutely shocking. So KSI had to spend Christmas alone, both going back and forth on Twitter about the situation, and both were getting backlash for fighting on Christmas Day. Deji's parents even went on a channel to beg the fans to stop the hate. Deji apologized for this, and he said that he's going to resolve his beef with his bro and move on. And so Deji released the diss track on his brother and moves on, right? The end? No. Soon in early 2019, Deji was close to hitting 10 million subscribers, and by all means necessary, he needs to hit 10 million subscribers. That's all he cares about. So Deji reinstates the KSI diss track, and KSI saw this and was obviously not happy about this and says this on Twitter. 2 weeks later, Deji makes a 40-minute expose video on KSI, exposing all the shitty stuff KSI has done to Deji over the years. This was also a way to KSI to lose subscribers and Deji to gain subscribers, getting closer to his goal of 10 million subscribers. KSI doesn't take the video seriously, and he'll rather clown on Deji on Twitter. Deji used this and makes a video on how KSI is not taking the situation seriously, and so KSI was losing more subscribers. Little did Deji know that KSI was planning to make a final response video to end all the drama. And so this video came. 1 hour and 20 minutes. KSI completely debunks every single claim Deji made on him in that 40-minute video. And so Deji responds with having a mental breakdown and plays the victim as he hates being seen as the bad guy.
I hate being seen as a bad guy. I hate it so much, and I'm tired of it.
Time passed and finally Deji admits that he's wrong. He uploaded a video opening up in which he has another mental breakdown, how he was completely in the wrong, and he said he was influenced by the wrong people. That's why he was beefing his bro KSI, and he hopes that KSI forgives him. KSI forgives him and they reunite as brothers. Now in the very same year, KSI had beef with Quadeca, an upcoming YouTube rapper. So in the very first episode of the What's Good podcast, Miniman R asked KSI who's the best YouTube rapper, and with KSI's portfolio of music, he believes he is the best. This is expected, as if you're a YouTube artist, you obviously guess yourself. Now they list YouTube rappers which include Quadeca, and this is what KSI had to say about Quadeca.
Stay in your lane until you get good enough. He needs to not be so awkward when it comes to music videos. Bring something new to the table. Where's the layers? Where's the concepts? It's fucking dead.
And Quadeca's gonna think he's better than you.
Yeah, but please, man, don't get that shit out my face.
And this starts the story of KSI versus Quadeca. Insecure dropped. This is arguably the best KSI diss track of all time. He caught KSI lacking with this one. Diss track summary. He also talks nonsense, mediocre with a god complex. This diss track is definitely a reality check for KSI, as he's not the best YouTube rapper. 11 days later, the Fat Neek responded with his own diss track, Ares. And if you notice, the name Ares is a Greek god of courage and war. It seems like this MF didn't learn his lesson of a god complex thing. Anyway, the diss track basically proves Quadeca's point of him talking nonsense, mediocre with a god complex. So Quadeca therefore won this diss track battle war. The diss track got more views, more likes, and it was overall just better than KSI's diss track. At the end of the day, you could say this is pointless beef, but it did give Quadeca the attention he did deserve. Soon after Quad and KSI squashed the beef, performed together and even played FIFA together. I was waiting for this guy. It's Dax. KSI was asked about it's Dax, and KSI said this.
I mean, I guess there's Dax. I mean, but he's a poor man's Hobson, and Hobson is a poor man's Eminem.
And
so
Eminem is a poor man's Kendrick.
And Eminem's a poor man's Kendrick. So why would anyone want to listen to a poor man's poor man?
Dax never replied to him, but dissed him in a kill shot freestyle. He basically said that he's an Uncle Tom who makes corny vlogs. Plus, he promises that in a year he's gonna win a Grammy, he's gonna win an Oscar, he's gonna be the next big thing. KSI holds him to that promise. A few months later, KSI also disses Dax in the Quadeca Ares diss track by the end. Dax was wondering, if this motherfucker diss me, how the fuck can I diss him back? Deji was like, yeah bro, you wanna help on my diss track on KSI?
Oh, say less.
And which came unforgivable. Dax summary, he was like, he basically repeats himself. He just said, you're an Uncle Tom, I clapped your ex-girlfriend and he paid 40k for features on your songs. Also, it's Dax. Meanwhile, Dax dropped a diss track on Tory Lanez. After this, Tory Lanez caught Dax slacking in Canada and this happened.
Apologize, nigga.
I got you, bro.
Apologize, nigga.
I got you, man.
Say sorry, nigga.
My bad for the
Say
diss track,
sorry,
G.
nigga.
Sorry, G.
Alright, bet.
KSI saw this and clowns Dax hard for this. Then Dax threatens KSI that if he mentions his name again, then he will come to London to see him because it's Dax. KSI was like, say less, big boy. I'll even pay for your hotel and your accommodation. KSI then DMs Dax for details for Dax's flight to London, but Dax comes up with stupid excuses, sucking hard. Even when Dax was in London at one point, KSI asks Dax to spar. Dax agrees, but in one condition: if Dax wins the spar, KSI will have to promote his new song. KSI agrees and DMs Dax to spar, but Dax left him on red. Why? Because now a third YouTuber that calls KSI out for thinking that he's the greatest YouTuber in the original What's Good podcast, Crypt. He debunks KSI's claim, saying he's a better rapper than Quadeca so well. I mean, big man analyzed and compared KSI's lyrics to Quadeca's lyrics, in which Quadeca wins by a mile, by the way. Later, when Quadeca dropped that insecure KSI diss track, Crypt listed everything that was good in that diss track, basically further improving the point that KSI is not the greatest YouTube rapper. But KSI saw all of this Crypt stuff as a diss. Why? Because he's an apparent god and no one comes close to him. So when KSI dropped the Ares diss track, he also not only dissed Quadeca and Dax, he also dissed Crypt as well. He basically said that he hopes Crypt dies. Damn, KSI, that's a bit too much. Hey, Crypt, hop on my diss track on that fat neat knowledge.
Oh, say that.
Unforgivable. In this diss track, I think Crypt responded to KSI to show that he's just a better rapper. It was just no bad blood between KSI and Crypt. He just jumped on the Unforgivable diss track just to prove that he's just a better rapper than KSI, and he's just responding to the diss that KSI made on Aries, innit? But speaking of YouTubers who can't rap, Kavos, a commentary YouTuber who exposes YouTubers on their BS. When KSI was having beef with Harry and Ethan, Kavos made a video predicting that the KSI Harry Ethan beef is fake, as they were doing it for the views and publicity. However, if the beef was real, Kavos will apologize. Then Khaled came in and told Kavos to make the videos and diss tracks to get involved to get UK YouTube more popular, basically confirming that the beef is fake. So of course Kavos denied. KSI is doing the exact same thing that he complain about what YouTubers do for views and money. Why is KSI lying to his fans? Kavos extremely criticized KSI for going personal on NetNobody, flying his ex to slander NetNobody's name, starting beef for clout, and he is also a lazy reaction channel. Then in September 2017, in an upload event during when KSI was beefing Joella, a fan asked KSI about Kavos, in which KSI said this.
What do you think about the beef with Kavos?
Kavos is an idiot, man. Don't even get me started on him. If I wasn't, like I said, I tweeted this, if I wasn't a prick, then he wouldn't have any content.
KSI basically admits that he was a prick, so Kavos called him out on that and breaks down how dumb KSI sounds in that live panel. Then a few years later, in a KSI One Question Go video, a fan asked KSI who are the top 5 shittest YouTubers, in which KSI said this.
Top 5 shittest YouTubers, who are they?
Kavos.
Again, KSI shit-talking YouTubers randomly. Later, Kavos saw this and he's convinced that he lives inside KSI's head since he mentions him even after years. But Kavos wants to be the bigger man, and he issues an apology to KSI for having a big forehead, and he's sorry for calling out on KSI for not striving on knowledge, strength and integrity. However, what about this irrelevant YouTuber here? In 2017, when KSI left the Sidemen, he traveled to America to meet Clout Gang and Ricegum. They instantly hit it off and became good friends, and even made a song together called Earthquake. A few odd years later, and after KSI beats Logan, KSI went on a Reddit to see the idiots who predicted Logan would win, and sadly Ricegum was one of them. KSI felt betrayed, so he pirated the diss track he made with Ricegum. Few months later, Ricegum was invited to the Mom's Basement podcast and he was asked about KSI's music. Ricegum said that he was a better musician than KSI, and also Rice allegedly dissed KSI in one of his songs. That made KSI to unfollow him on everything and deleted the Earthquake song forever. Ricegum just believes he's the better musician, and so KSI was prompted to host a KSI vs Ricegum top 10 hit song. Spoiler alert, KSI won obviously because it's KSI, he's gonna be biased for his own songs. Now KSI and Ricegum don't like each other no more. Ricegum now says he never got his share pay on the KSI song. KSI said that he did pay Ricegum, and in which Ricegum debunks KSI's claim of him paying him, and Ricegum actually shows evidence and receipts. KSI says Rice is right and he said his label did him dirty. Then he apologized to Ricegum and offered him 50k for the Earthquake song, take it or leave it. Ricegum said that he doesn't want the money, he was just trying to be nice, but he thinks that KSI is being petty. KSI says no, you diss me in a song. So Ricegum debunks his claim, saying he never dissed KSI in a song, and he shows facts and evidence that he wasn't referring to KSI in that song. KSI again apologized as he thought Ricegum dissed him in a song. Ricegum also said KSI doesn't write his own music, in which KSI debunks this claim and proves that Ricegum doesn't write his music and KSI actually does write his music. It's just some petty beef over whose music is better. But it doesn't really end there. Years later, when Ricegum literally quit YouTube and started streaming instead, he randomly starts shit talking KSI and his music, and then KSI saw this and sees all the salt in the rice. Ricegum is basically just coping because KSI is doing better than Ricegum, and then Ricegum has ultimately became the same thing that he was so afraid of becoming and made fun of people becoming: irrelevant. Now let's talk about this YouTuber that KSI ultimately saved, Logan Paul. Back when KSI beat Joella on February 3rd, 2018, KSI called out Logan and Jay. both controversial YouTubers at the time. Logan responds to KSI in a very childish way, saying he should fight his dad instead. Bro, Logan Paul, take the fight or leave it. After milking and clickbaiting the call out for views, Logan now realized that this is an opportunity to save his career. KSI traveled to America again to train with Floyd Mayweather in the Floyd Mayweather gym. Then out of the blue, Logan Paul turned up into the gym to confront KSI to sound the contract to make the boxing match happen. KSI agrees and signs the contract, so the fight is happening. KSI versus Logan Paul on August 25th, 2019. And then instantly there was bad blood with them straight away. First press conference, a clown fest, I do say so myself. But when it came to the London press, this one was so brutal that it made Logan Paul cry. Logan Paul couldn't even hack it and left the conference just like that. That's how brutal it was. He just left the press conference. The after party of the press conference was crazy as well. KSI fans going in. My man punched Greg Paul like it was nothing. The face-to-face also showed that there was bad blood between KSI and Logan. Logan swears to kill KSI, and now even diss tracks were dropped at each other. Within this diss track, however, KSI had dropped his best visual diss track of all time. I can't lie. Like, this diss track was so visually well done. Anyways, it's time for the biggest YouTuber event in history. KSI versus Logan. The match ended in a draw. KSI declared a rematch on Logan and Logan agreed. It's happening. KSI versus Logan 2. Let's talk about the London press conference of this fight. KSI did what he does best and mocks Logan's dog. Logan mocks KSI's pregnancy scares, but KSI is used to that. Like, if people want to diss KSI, the first thing people do is go after KSI's pregnancy scares and but as you can see, they hate each other. Like, they really do hate each other. Like, these man them, they're on smoke with each other, I can't lie. Fight time, KSI manages to beat Logan, and after the fight, KSI was asked if he respects Logan, and bro was like, that can't be the end of it. Logan just can't accept a loss just like that. This was Logan's first loss in his boxing career. 2 years later, Logan randomly invites KSI to his podcast Impulsive, in which they talk everything out, and now they've literally squashed their bad blood beef just from a conversation alone. And now KSI and Logan is planning to do something revolutionary. They plan to start a business together. The business is called Prime, a beverage drink company which will rival like the drink companies like Pepsi, Lucozade, Gatorade, whatever. Oh my days. This was such a great story of rivals coming together to start something revolutionary. So Logan was like, KSI saved my career, and now I can say I'll make KSI a billionaire. KSI or Logan, if you watch this video, I beg you, send me a box load of Prime to hydrate myself, because I can't lie, it's hard to get Prime. It's always selling out, man. KSI calls out Jake Paul after the Joe Weller fight, but Jake Paul didn't want to fight KSI because apparently KSI is irrelevant, even though he milked KSI's name in countless videos for views. And so KSI urged Jake Paul and fights Logan instead, while Jake fights Deji on the undercard of the fight. Fast forward to August 25th. Jake Paul beats Deji in a fight. KSI saw this and became Sasuke Uchiha. He wanted to be the Avenger. It goes both ways because soon later KSI beats Logan. So now it's the battle of the Avengers. But KSI didn't want to fight Jake straight away, so KSI told Jake to fight Gib instead. Fast forward and Jake beats Gib. Jake wants to fight KSI next. KSI was like, nah, chill out G, I fight you whenever I want. Remember, I am A-side. And so Jake Paul said KSI is now ducking him. So the fight was delayed because of COVID. Now fast forward to November 2020, Jake Paul knocks out Nate Robinson. KSI thinks Jake Paul's win was impressive and reassures his fans that he is training and he wants to fight Jake. Jake then knocks out Ben Askren in the first round. KSI saw this and it was like, impressive again, but he will fight Jake. He just has to finish his music tours and his music albums, and Jake Paul knocks out Tyron Woodley. And at this point, KSI can't really underestimate Jake because he's really farming fools and getting that boxing spirit. Now KSI is just mocking him that he's A-side and he's just insulting Jake. And now fast forward to 2022, KSI decides to fight Alex Wassabi instead. But Alex Wassabi later pulls out, maybe because Jake paid Alex to do so, or he just was prompted to do so. It really doesn't matter. But it was an L for KSI because it was the perfect opportunity for Jake to call out KSI since Wassabi pulled out and Jake doesn't have an opponent to box. So Jake did exactly that. But KSI rejected Jake because he understands that Jake versus KSI is the biggest fight and he's not just a replacement for Wassabi in his misfit boxing card. So KSI said he will fight Jake only if Jake goes into his weight, fights in the UK and gives most of the revenue made in the event. Jake Paul agrees, and so KSI signs to fight Jake in 2023. Bro, I can't wait for that fight, by the way. Who do you think is gonna win? Let me know in the comments down below. But let's speak about the man who pulled out. Back when KSI called out Jake and Logan, both of them were wasting time not giving an answer. So KSI is now seeing who you could fight rather than Jake and Logan. KSI asks anyone to submit themselves to the challenge to fight KSI, in which Alex came in. Alex made a video calling out KSI and he entered himself into his list of opponents. KSI responded to this by simply just laughing at him. Alex thought that KSI wasn't taking him seriously, so Alex made a video saying that he would literally fly to London just to spar KSI. Now Logan finally agreed to fight KSI, so KSI was not going to waste his time with Alex. Now Alex was getting sick of it, so he claimed that the Logan and Jake versus KSI drama was fake, and KSI also getting jumped was also fake. KSI got pissed when Alex said this and he told Alex to pull up so he can spar him. Alex then said that he will come in July on Twitter, but he never did. In fact, he now made a video now saying he doesn't want to spar KSI because he doesn't gain anything from it, and repeatedly sucks Logan off on why he would beat KSI. One fight later, and Alex spars Fusey instead, which ended up with Fusey knocking out Alex cold. KSI saw this and clowns on Alex for that. Alex responds by sucking off to Logan again. He keeps saying that Logan will beat KSI in the KSI versus Logan Paul 2. Well, that didn't age well because KSI beats Logan. Fast forward to March this year and Alex beat Deji in a boxing match. I don't know how Deji lost to a clown like this. KSI doesn't even know either, so he makes a video going off at Deji. Alex responds to that video saying that if KSI ever comes to Alex's weight, he will humble him. KSI just found that funny. Now 1 month later, KSI and Alex signed a contract to fight. KSI and Alex face-off was very interesting. Notice how KSI is talking all the shit, but Alex is just being quiet and he looks scared because he already knows that the moment he signed the contract, he's already lost. So if you look at his face, he looks like he plans to pull out. Oops, I spelled it. He pulled out because of an apparent concussion. Bullshit if I do say myself, in which where Alex Wassabi was born. When Alex Wassabi pulled out because of a concussion, KSI needed an opponent to replace Alex Wassabi, in which a UK rapper called Swarmz took the challenge. Swarmz, the same rapper that KSI featured in his Houdini song, is now fighting him. I mean, fair play, mate. However, KSI was getting a lot of backlash because he was fighting a guy he can't even box. I mean, look at him. It's basically a guaranteed win. It's not entertaining if you know who's going to be the winner of the match. So to make the event more interesting, KSI decided to fight 2 men in one night, Swarmz and a pro boxer. The pro boxer was Luis Pineda, an irrelevant Mexican pro boxer. Fighting 2 people is not easy, I do say this on my show. Soon after, Swarmz dropped a diss track on KSI. At least Swarmz was trying to put effort to promote the fight, you know what I'm trying to say, so fair play, mate. Diss track summary. Olivia gave you and you get knocked out in a fight. KSI just reacts to it and just holds it to him. He just laughs and holds it to him. See, Swarmz, let's see if you can back up. Can you?
This motherfucker don't miss.
Oh no, you couldn't. Next, Luis Pineda, the pro boxer. Can he give KSI a challenge? Surely the pro boxer can beat the YouTuber KSI. No, the only thing this guy was complaining about is him getting punched on the back of his head. He was dog shit. KSI made easy work of the both of them. I can't lie. But at least Swarmz and Luis Pineda got paid. So KSI, I got a question for you though. What color is your Bugatti? Because the top G, Andrew Tate, has entered the room. KSI and Andrew Tate beef started when KSI first reacted to Andrew Tate's viral clips and said when it came to kickboxing, Andrew Tate wins. Cool. 1 month later, Andrew Tate got cancelled, and this is what KSI had to say. Thank God Andrew Tate got banned. Andrew Tate saw this and completely goes off on KSI after when KSI tweeted that.
Who's a threat to women? And this is the thing. This is a personal message to you, KSI. I had no problem with you. I don't know you. I don't watch your YouTube channel. But when I get banned, you want to go from a fan to just instantly cowering out to the Matrix. That makes you a hypocrite. There's nothing more disgusting in the world but a male hypocrite. Ethan's a hypocrite as disgust, and as are you. You don't even stick by your guns. He doesn't even stick by his fucking guns. He doesn't even say, you know what? Andrew was all right. He said some funny things. He shouldn't have got banned. At least Jake Paul was man enough to say, stand up for fucking free speech. If you ever fought Jake, he would smash your fucking face in.
Can smoke you.
And if you want to get smoked twice, I'll smoke you myself. You are full of shit. You're a fucking hypocrite. The shit you've said in the past is worse than anything I've ever fucking said, and you know it. You want to talk about having a boxing match? You're 3 rounds boxing against some nobody. I will take you 12 rounds and I will break every bone in your face. And you know it. Either before or after Jake's done with you. You're a fucking hypocrite as well. Dork. Fuck KSI.
Soon after, when KSI beat Swarmz and Love Pineda, KSI calls out people to fight after that match, which included Andrew Tate.
I want a piece of that.
I think he regrets calling him out because in an interview after the fight, KSI was asked more about fighting Andrew Tate, and he thinks it can't happen because apparently the zone will not allow Andrew Tate to fight in their events since of what happened to Andrew Tate recently. Logan Paul also advises KSI not to fight Andrew Tate because he got counted, and he was like, oh, you don't want to re-platform Andrew Tate. That's quite ironic coming from Logan Paul. Shortly after, KSI responded to Andrew Tate.
This was a troll. I literally tweeted this out because of a TikTok. And then Andrew Tate took this seriously and started coming at me for smoke. So I was like, ah, you bitch. You want to come at me? You want to be like, yeah, Jake Paul's going to smoke me all the time? Shut the fuck up with your top G shit and your whole, escape the Matrix bollocks. It's funny because he said I was a fan. I never was a fan. I said I agreed with some of your comments when it came to hard work and success, making sure you work out and working on yourself and self-improvement, all this and all of that. I agreed with you on that. But then when you started talking about women, I was like, what are you on about, bro? Are you dumb?
And later he also did a poll on who you should fight next after Swarmz and Los Pineda. But notice how he didn't add Andrew Tate into the poll. The reason why he didn't add Andrew Tate to the poll is because he's now saying that he can't fight Andrew Tate because he's too heavy. Andrew Tate saw this and now he's saying KSI is ducking him hard.
Look, KSI doesn't want a real fight. And to be honest with you, I'll be completely fair because I'm a professional. I don't get emotional about these things. If you can fill an arena beating up idiots, why fight someone for real? Why? Like, I mean, he can fill he can make the money too. He can make a bunch of money and fight nobodies with zero risk. So why take the risk of getting your face smashed up badly and having all of it ended?